Okay, this is going to be a quick video on how to replace your start-stop button on your BMW. This is a 335i. There's about 4 or 5 different versions of these. One says limited edition on it, and you can get red start-stop buttons and do all that kind of stuff. But I'm not into all that. I just got a OEM replacement from BMW. I got it. It was $91, right from BMW delivered. So you know, not too bad. I'll show you why I'm changing this on this car. I just finished building this car about 2 weeks ago, and I did a cost video where I talk about what I paid for it and all this stuff. So I have to add $91 to my total on that. So it's whatever that is, it's gonna now its cars cost me whatever $91 more than that. I can't quite remember what the number was, but I'm going to show you today how easy these are to change. I think they're easy. Looking at them, there's not much to them, so hopefully it doesn't fight me or anything. And I'll show you why I'm changing it. And there's two things. This right above the A, it's worn away, right? Some old lady had this car, and whatever she was doing, she just wore a piece of that away. And then right here, you can see this little plastic has given up. And you could get this button for like 15 bucks. And you could take this ring off and sand it back and paint it and all, whatever. That's too much work. For $90, we're just gonna pop in a new one. That's where I'll orientate you a little bit. That's where it sits on the dash, just to the right of the steering wheel. And I believe all you need to do is pop this back, and then there's two little spring clamps. I'll show you on the new one. Just look at this new one. You need to get in behind it and squeeze these two clamps right here to get it past this lock. So that's where it's going to lock into the dash, those ridges. So you squeeze those in, push it out, unplug it, plug the new one in, push everything back together. Done. Lovely jubbly. I grabbed a couple of pry tools out of my kit. I'm fairly sure this just pulls out. If not, you'll see me break something. But I think it's fairly easy. I'm going to use this hook piece. Just looking at it, right? There's a little ridge here. I'm going to come in behind that ridge and just pull it out. Or well, that's my plan. We'll see. We'll see if it works. I might try and see if I can get under it too, maybe. No. We're moving. Oh, there you go. So I just pulled it out, got my finger behind it. I think we're gonna need to pull. We're gonna need to go. There's little. I think it's little metal like screw type push pins that are behind this. So I'm just gonna see if I can get another one to pop. There we go. That looks like they're plastic pins. Sorry. So there's these little plastic dowel pins. The ones in the door panel were metal, so I just kind of assumed they'd be the same. So let me get the steering wheel out of the way. See if I can get up in behind. All right, we're behind it. There you go. That's really not a hard job at all. And then there's two little tabs for your wiring harness. Just squeeze them in, pop it out, get your new one, get your wiring harness. I'm going to do two things before I put it back together, and this is just good practice. I'm going to turn the lights on, make sure this lights up. I'm also going to try and start the car with it. So we'll start the car first. Alright, so we know the switch works. We'll turn our lights on,
and you can join full weekend edition.
It lights up.
So until 10 here on 90.7 WFAE.
You always want to test stuff like that before you go put the dash back together, right? Just to make sure. So everything seems to work fine. We're going to line it back up and just push it in. This is going to be tight. What I might do is reach up and try and squeeze it. I'm just going to push it. Screw it. Worst case, we break something. But we didn't. So, good job there. Line up your push pins. You can see them. There's one right here, right behind where my finger is. So just make sure it's going in the right spot, which ours is. And we're going to push in. And we're just going to check that whole piece. And there you go. So yeah, that's how you swap out a start-stop or engine start-stop button on a 3 Series BMW. Pretty simple job. Only took a few minutes. Yeah, this nothing wrong with this switch other than, you know, it above the start had faded away, and then that ring, a little piece of the plastic had come off of it. Yeah, it didn't need done, but you know, you get into this car and the car's perfect because I've completely done everything to it, right? From the accident and everything like that. And this just one little thing was kind of letting it down, you know, because you'd look to find the button and you go to press it and it was like, the freaking button, you know. So it wasn't a ton of money. It was 91 bucks delivered. So add that to the total cost on this car, you know. So I'm not into this. Car's not costing me much money, so I don't mind doing this stuff. If I was selling this car, fixing and selling it, I would not have swapped this side. It would have been the next guy's problem. But it's a super simple job. If you need to do it, just pull it out, pop it in, plug it in. You're good to go. Lovely jubbly.